Hey guys, welcome to another video, and this time we're talking about the new G70. So, as we're finding out, it turns out the G70 has a wagon, not to be mixed up with girls with fat asses. Where did that even come from? That's not on the script. Regardless, if you guys are new here, definitely check out my other content. Definitely like this video, subscribe. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for subscribing to my content. We're currently now like deep into the 200s. My goal is still 1,000 by the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on it, but it is a goal that I still have for myself that I'm trying to achieve. Of course, we know Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern time, there's always a new video coming out, which is why this video is coming out at this time, so you can mark your calendars and keep track of what's going on my channel. But as far as the actual car, let me do this intro and then we'll get into it. So without further ado, let's start off this video. So we've seen a few shots of the G70, well, a few spy shots of the G70 where it's like totally wrapped up and it's carrying out some testing. So it's gonna be, first of all, it's gonna be a 2022 G70 wagon. Generally though, wagons aren't that big in the US. So off the top of my head, I believe we have the all-track, I think it's an A5, A4 all-track. I'm not too, or all-road, something like that. All-track, all-road, I don't know. It's one of those. It's like a weird new-ish vehicle from Audi. And we also have the Volvo V60, both of which are fairly big, I would say, in the US market, but they're not huge. Like, you rarely see people going out specifically to buy a wagon. In most cases, at least in Atlanta where I live, a lot of people want sports cars or they want trucks. There's like, or I guess sometimes sedans, oftentimes sedans. But as far as like people getting like shooting brakes or wagons, that's generally not something that happens often. Speaking of, I don't know the difference between a shooting brake and a wagon. You know what? Let me look it up. Okay, so it says, if the space between the front edge of the front door and the back edge of the front wheel arch, okay, is greater than the distance between the rear edge of the front door and the front of the rear wheel arch, okay, there's a lot of words, okay, then it's a shooting brake. Otherwise it's a wagon or a hatchback. Okay, I see. So if the distance between here and here is greater than the distance between here and here, then that means it's a shooting brake. Okay, well I guess that makes sense then. So I guess in this case we would be talking about a wagon, whereas for example the Z4, I believe, is more of a shooting brake. It's a two-door car and it has like a sloping like rear end and a front or a long front end. So I guess in that case we'd be talking about a shooting brake. So compared to the regular G70, so I guess the closest thing we can compare it to is a 2020 G70, which looks like this. They've done a pretty good job as far as the styling. I would like to assume that the G70 with the wagon is going to be somewhat similar to the current G70 that we have. As far as the engine specs, we don't know much of that right now, but my guess is that it's probably going to come out with a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, or probably the less powerful 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder. We don't really know how much horsepower we're going to be getting from it. Again, these are mainly just spy shots, so a lot of this at this point is kind of just hypothesizing what it's going to look like. As it turns out, it seems like roughly only 100 G70 manual vehicles sold, so it seems like they might be discontinuing it, which kind of sucks if I'm being honest, because I mean, if I could personally buy a bunch of manuals just to keep them producing it, then I would. But I mean, it kind of sucks to see manuals slowly go away. I mean, then again, there's still a couple of vehicles here and there. And maybe I might even make a video about those vehicles that still are on the market that are manual. But as far as this car, we actually don't even know if it's gonna come out in the US. That's another thing that's sort of up in the air. But again, I mean, still something to look out for. Definitely something I'm going to be reporting on whenever we get more information about the vehicle. But for now, that's up for this vehicle. That's up for this vehicle. That's up for this video. You can tell that I just woke up because my words are all over the place. But that's that for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time.